What's up, Innate family? Dr. Chris here, and I've got a simple message for you today. Don't count yourself out. Simple, right? So yesterday, if you saw yesterday's video, it was me talking about my Spartan race from the past weekend and talking about my time and all that good stuff. Please go check that video out from yesterday. It's on our Facebook page. I also did an email blast about it just because I thought it was such a cool message and the things that I learned. But another thing that I learned had to do with this one event, or this one obstacle rather, called the Hercules Hoist. It is an obstacle that has taken me down twice before. What I mean by that is that I just couldn't complete it. And in the Spartan world, when you can't complete an obstacle, you have to pay the penalty. You got to pay that penalty of burpees. So I had to do 30 burpees each time. So that one obstacle has cost me 60 burpees while you're in the middle of a race, fatigued, and just wanting to complete the thing. So I knew it was going to be, it's like a staple event, at least lately it has been. So I knew it was likely going to be on this past race. And then Thursday last week, the course map came out, and sure enough, it said Hercules Hoist. So I am not going to lie. I was apprehensive. I was nervous. I was not sure how I would do because I couldn't do it in my previous two races. So going into it, I actually did a writing exercise, a journal exercise, to deconstruct my thoughts about my fears or my apprehension around this one singular obstacle. And what I basically came down to was, you know, I've trained, I've put in the preparation, I need to go in there and I need to not let my past dictate my future. That was it. That was my lesson that came out of that journaling experience. That yes, sure, twice before I was unable to complete it, but this was a new time, this was a new moment, this was a new race. So when I got to that station, I will tell you it was about a third of the way through the race. I was already quite fatigued from the previous obstacle, and they were kind of back to back. But I saw it, to give you a description, it's about a 30-foot tower with a rope and a pulley and a sandbag. And because Spartan doesn't reveal all the details of every single event, I've seen weights differ from 90 pounds up to 150 pounds. Either way, it's a heavy bag. What you got to do is you got to pull that rope and you got to get it to the very top, and then you have to let it slowly descend. You can't just release it. You have to slowly descend. Now, up until this point, I had only gotten it maybe 10 feet off the ground. It was a heavy bag. I had tried a couple different techniques. And so going into it, I knew, okay, new moment. I've trained. I didn't necessarily rig up this contraption and train that specific way, but I knew I had been training. I knew I'd been putting in the work. So I got in there. I did my first couple pulls, and that thing was getting off the ground. A little bit. I got a little momentum, and once I got a little momentum, I got more excited. I had my body was pretty much horizontal, pushing against this gate. You're allowed to use this gate to kind of just anchor yourself, and I pulled that sucker up, which I was super pumped about. And so from that point on, my race was over. I already won. That was it, because I showed up for that. I showed up to get that one obstacle, to be able to cross the finish line knowing that I completed that one obstacle that had been tormenting me. So number one, I had to do that little writing exercise so that I wouldn't count myself out before the race even began. And I'm sure we all do this, right? We can all do this for a test, for a presentation, for whatever it is. You can start to self-doubt and criticize and start to undermine yourself. Well, I want you to stop. I want you to stop and just know that whatever happened in the past does not dictate your future. Whatever happened in your performances, in whatever race or whatever obstacle or whatever thing it is, you get to be in a new moment. You get to start fresh, you get to start new, and you get to achieve whatever you want to achieve. You get to get your new result. Every day is a new opportunity. If today doesn't go so well for you, guess what? Tomorrow could go better. You can wake up and tomorrow could be a brand new day. And look, I'm not saying that I've completely conquered this thing. What if I get to my next Spartan and I can't lift the bag? There could be a lot of factors, but it doesn't matter. I'm going to show up in that moment ready. For you, you can show up in whatever moment you want, and you can show up as ready, or you can show up worried about the past and how you did before. One will serve you, one will not. You get to choose. So figure out where that may be in your life that you need to stop, maybe write it out, maybe decompress it somehow, or maybe just erase it. Erase the past and just move forward. Just move forward so that you can get to where you want to go. And look, if you don't achieve it, but you got further than last time, you won. You won, and you can continue to course correct until you get there. All right, so figure out where that is in your life and start to take action. Start to take new action, lift that bag, conquer that obstacle, and go out and get it. All right, that's all I got for you guys. I will see y'all later. Bye.